Hi cuties, welcome to another episode of Q Teaches You Japanese. For all of you who sent me your words you wanted translated, you all suck. Let's get started on some of these words. Honestly, I should write some guidelines from now on. Don't worry, I will be translating every single one that you sent me, including the ridiculous ones. Let's get started! Number 1 is love. There are several different ways to translate love. For example, one is koi, not the fish koi, but this koi. And you can say koi suru, which is the verb, or also make it just a noun. The other one is I, and I think I and koi, the only real difference between them is that I is a little bit more stronger than koi. And the third way to translate love is the sickening want to vomit when I see couples acting this way. Dabu dabu. Speaking of love, I was asked to translate the word phallus. I'm not going to explain the English definition of this word. If you know it, great, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know it, you can go look it up on the dictionary, because I'm not saying these words on the internet. But the way to say it is just with a Japanese accent. Phallus. That's it. But it's not really a common word, so ha! The next word is fox, which is kitsune. That's the only word for it. The next word I got was film, and there are several different ways you can say it. You can just say it with an accent of filmu. You can also say video for any video, like a YouTube video, or VHS tape is a video. Or if you're going to a movie, going to see a film, that would be eiga. The next word I got, I have to read, sorry, is in other words, it is key smash. And to key smash in Japanese, it's like this. The next word is nerd, but following that is geek, so I'm going to translate them together. As we all know, otaku technically means nerd, but it's a little different because name calling and stuff doesn't really work like it would in America. We call people nerds and geeks and dorks all the time, but usually when you're teasing someone in Japanese, you're pretty specific about why you're teasing them. I don't know why this is, but there's no general words except for things like baka, but baka tends to mean things like stupid or idiot. But you could say senmon baka, which is kind of a way of saying a specialty idiot. But like I said, Japanese tend to be very specific as to why they're teasing you and what they're teasing you, what words they're using. So they'll add kyo to the end of it, which kyo kind of means like maniac. So if you wanted to call someone a homicidal maniac, well that's Satsujinkyo. Handy dandy vocab guys gathering up today. The hell was that accent? And then going on with the name calling, I got the words jerk and poop face to translate. So let's start with jerk. One way to say someone is a jerk is manuke, but I've yet to hear this. But that's because I associate with very nice people. You could also just, again, say it with an accent, jaku. On the poop nose, you could just go with unko hana kao shiteru hito, because you have to explain like you're a person with the face of a poop nose is how that works. But unko is poop, and hana is nose. So I actually asked somebody about how to translate this properly today, and you can imagine the awesome conversation explaining why I needed to know poop nose in Japanese. But after 3 hours of explaining, they decided that unko tare is probably your best bet for that kind of childish name calling. This next word is contributed by my mother because it is a word that used to make me what it is. And the word is incapacitated, and I can't say it without laughing just a little bit because it's a thing, it's a very long story, we're not going to get into it, but that translation is dekinaku saseta. Onwards, technically this isn't just a word, this is a phrase, but I'll translate it anyways. The phrase is, hey ladies. Now when you're addressing people in Japan, usually you'll just say minasan or minna, but if you're addressing them, usually you'll say minasan, which means everyone. If you want to be very specific with ladies, which they don't usually do, you can though. It's josei tachi. And of course before that say hey, you know, konnichiwa. So the full phrase is konnichiwa, josei gachi, or you can say ladies just with an accent, so you can say konnichiwa ladies, whichever you prefer. The next word is income tax, or in Japanese, shotokuzei. That's actually an important word, especially if you're going to be a jet this year or any year afterwards. Whenever you're watching this video, you're gonna be a jet, you'll need to know income tax. The next three kind of come in a theme. The first word is camel, which is rakuda. Then it's desert, which is sabaku, and cactus, which is saboten. Next up is mustache. And mustache is not as fun to say in Japanese. Mustache is kuchihige, which basically just literally translates to mouth hair. Yeah. But if you have a beard, it's nagai kuchihige, which is just long mouth hair. The next two are also a set, but they're also phrases. Even though I asked for words, it's okay. I'll translate them anyway. First phrase is I have a migraine. To say this, migraine is henzutsu. Zutsu is just a headache. Henzutsu is migraine. Then you're gonna need your particle ga because you're reporting the information. And then you need your existing verb arimasu, which is just to say have or is. So the full sentence is henzutsu ga arimasu. Now this next one is very useful. You are giving me a migraine. In this one, technically you start off with anata wa, but you don't need it, as in Japanese they tend to drop subject, so you can just say henzutsu o saserarete imasu. Saserareru is a fun conjugation, freaking confusing, and maybe next time I will make a video about those different conjugations. But I'm not going to do that in this video because we have our final word. The person who sent me this word, I bet you thought I couldn't say it, let alone translate it. Well, I practiced. The word is pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Yeah. It is much easier to say in Japanese, which is just keisei haijin sho. Now I had no idea what pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis was until I looked it up. Yeah, I just said it a second time, what up? But dictionary.com defines it as an obscure term ostensibly referring to a lung disease caused by silica dust, sometimes cited as one of the longest words in the English language. But if anybody here watches Hank Green's Crash Course, you know that that is not the longest word in the English language. Alright kids, that's all the time I have for today. If you have any questions or comments or words you need translated into Japanese, you can shoot those into the comments below, or check me out on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and VU, where I can respond to your questions and concerns about anything very quickly. So, I will see you on Thursday. No, it's not Thursday. I'll see you on Sunday. I don't know what day it is anymore. Bye! The next nerd and geek, I'm going to translate them to I bump my camera. Pneumono ultra microscopy. Pneumono ultra microscopics. Pneumono ultra. I'm gonna get this. Oh snap! Something went wrong while displaying this webstage. My computer's hilarious. No, Internet Explorer, go away. No, 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 no! Thank you.